Looking for a new career? Welcome to Do HVAC Training Service Center in North Charleston. Enroll today in our comprehensive HVAC training hands-on field experience-based program, covering troubleshooting, maintenance, installation, and more on various HVAC systems and ductwork. We offer EPA and NAEP preparation and testing, along with various certifications. Enjoy payment options. Achieve certification in under 5 months. Enroll now for your new journey of skill development and career advancement. Log on to dewhvactrainingsc.com to inquire.
So we're back again. Bite-sized eps.
Nice and small.
Little ones.
Little ones.
Yeah.
And this is our Christmas special.
Oh, is it?
Yes, we're talking about the greatest threat to security on the planet.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's intense.
Scary guy.
Okay.
One guy.
Real
scary.
Big?
Has a crew. Big guy.
Okay.
Right?
Yep.
Technology that gets him around the planet to anywhere he wants, whenever he wants. Surveillance that basically he's looking at all of us. He makes Echelon look like junk.
Right.
Wears a big red suit.
I'm already worried.
Santa.
What?
Santa.
Well, see, I thought he was a super spreader, but now he's actually a threat to all
Come on, let's just think about it. In one night, he can go to everyone's house.
Yeah,
which
how
he
does
does.
he do it?
Now, that's sort of technology that any government would love to get their hands on.
And he knows if we're naughty or nice.
Exactly. So imagine the surveillance system this guy is carrying. All right, this is a heavy-eating dude. All right?
Yeah.
Now, on top of that, he crosses borders with impunity. No one can stop him.
So he's kind of like in international waters constantly.
Oh, totally. Right. This guy is permanent and he does not live in an area that is actually recognised as sovereign soil. He lives outside of the borders at the North Pole.
I think this man's a great threat.
He's a huge threat, so much so that he has a file.
No.
Seriously, he does.
Santa has a file?
Santa has a file.
Really?
Yep.
And what does it say?
It says all of this. It talks about how people would love to get their hands on the technology he runs, how he actually essentially, he is also a slaver. Does anyone talk about the work benefits of, say, the elves? No. All right. But this is, seriously, there is a file.
So where does the file sit?
The file sits in the HQT section, so it's a testing file. No one's ever actually been able to identify the man himself. He has so many aliases.
Yeah.
And look, it could be that guy sitting in Westfield, smelling slightly of urine and wine with children.
What Westfields are you going to?
The bad ones.
Like
the
Central
really
Coast.
bad ones. Yes.
Yeah.
For all those Central Coast listeners, we're really sorry about your Santa. Right. Any one of them could be the real one.
Yeah.
All right. But the thing is, there is a file.
So who started the file?
That is the great mystery of ASIO. No one knows who started it. There was this file, and it would just appear around about the 23rd, 24th of December. You'd start getting telexes from different intelligence services saying, yeah, we've spotted a bogey on our air defence system.
Really?
It's coming in from the north. The Russians always accuse the Canadians. The Canadians were always accusing the Russians. The Chinese just sat there going, we don't care. We're just making everything that Sandra's giving you anyway. Right. It was this huge file. And the great thing is, as soon as it appeared, that was Christmas at ASIO. We all went, oh, Santa's coming and he's a criminal. Right. We all got really excited about it until one day, Barry Buzzkill, one of the assistant director generals.
Yeah. And
he was the biggest buzzkill. He would borrow first print edition books from the ASIO library and then make notes in them. It's like, dude, it's a first edition.
Oh my God. Is he a highlighter? Would highlight sections?
It was pen scribbler. It was a biro. Or, at worst, a fountain pen.
Oh my God.
Very nice calligraphy. But, dude, we don't care what your opinion of this guy's writing is. Right? Write an essay about it. So he basically put a covering memo on it saying, stop this.
Why?
Because it's juvenile and we don't have time for this foolishness.
Oh, clearly he does not know.
He did not reckon on the skill and strength of certain registry officers within ASIO.
Like the man who did the newsletter?
Yeah, he was a fairly powerful person at the time, the internal Rupert Murdoch of ASIO. Yeah, so basically we started writing memos basically describing this guy as an international threat.
And were they getting picked up? I love this story.
Oh, yeah. The great thing was, this is the sort of stuff stuff that it's a bit like my father was a fighter pilot, and the weird thing that I always found is fighter pilots always share cartoons.
Yeah.
Like comics.
Yep.
Like little comic strips, because there's a message there. So this was the sort of thing that intelligence, you'd sort of send it off to different intelligence organizations and it would just spread out. It would pop onto Santa's file and everyone wound up having a Santa file.
I think this is great.
Huge.
But I think if you were to think about it, Santa would, in all honesty, be a great threat.
Huge threat. I mean, he wears red. He's obviously a communist.
No.
He gives stuff to people,
He's a communist.
whether they're naughty or nice. I mean, hey, he hands out coal. This guy is a sicko.
I know. He shares the wealth, so clearly he's a communist.
Oh, yeah.
Not to mention the break and enters.
Yeah. See, that's the other thing. And also, he doesn't care about like safe parking. He parks where he wants, generally on your roof, and he comes through the fireplace. What sort of creepy guy is this? Totally X-Files.
Yeah, exactly. So then I would imagine there'd be quite a few people after him around Christmas time.
All right, put it this way. You want the sled because that means you've got omnipresence. You can be everywhere at once.
Yep.
Because that's essentially the skill he has, is the ability to be everywhere at once. He doesn't travel the world in 24 hours. He does it in a split second.
Is it a time capsule, do you think?
No, I just think it travels through an ulterior dimension, which allows him to, essentially, Santa appears everywhere at once and then disappears everywhere at once.
Okay.
Right, I think, or spanned out over the 24 hours as the time cycle.
I would think the Russians would be wanting this.
The Americans probably already have it and have tried to stealth it.
Yeah.
Right, that's the other thing, the stealth technology. He's got to have stealth technology to be able to get in and out. I want to know how he can get into those houses, how he can slim himself. He's a fat guy.
Yeah.
And I'm not fat shaming. I mean, if you live in the North Pole.
But everyone's leaving him cookies and beer and milk. I mean, what else? He doesn't live on anything.
Yeah. But also, if you live in the North Pole, you are going to need a layer of insulation on your body to keep you warm. So, but he has managed to slim himself down to what could be just a 6-inch pipe.
I think my real concern, though, is the technology required and also the amount of listening devices he would have to have in order to know who is naughty and who is nice.
Exactly.
Because so clearly he spends the whole year spying on us.
I think he basically just sits on like Twitter and Facebook and Instagram. He's just on Insta all the time watching us.
Does he get our Spy of the Year maybe?
I think he gets Spy of the Decade, a Spy of the Century. Let's go crazy. Spy of the Millennium.
So Santa has a file. There you go.
And it's a good file too. It's actually well worth a read. For all you people at ASIO right now, look it up if you can find it because it's probably in circulation about now.
So I think we've given you lots to ponder over your Christmas pudding.
Yeah, look, we're really sorry. That was a silly little episode, but
we kept it light because you're going to gorge yourself over Christmas.
And we got some really dark stuff to do now.
Oh, God.
Really dark material.
How dark?
Moscow Rules. We're doing a little episode on Moscow Rules. It's a little CIA thing. You're going to love it. It's another bite size.
Okay.